Hey guys, it's Collector Sleuth here, and today I did finally get all the Walmart 35-inch Nightmare for Christmas blow molds. All of these I did have to purchase from the secondary market, except for the Pumpkin King on the end. I did actually get him from my Walmart. So I actually saw two Walmarts that had him still in stock, which is amazing. So I'm thinking there may have been more of these, or at least less people were buying that one than these two. These two were really, really hard to find. And as well as these, I didn't even see any evidence that these were ever even released to my Walmart, but these sold out so fast, it's hard saying. So anyway, here is the Santa Jack. He's holding a green stocking. And a lot of these, even if you do find them at your local Walmart, a lot of these are going to have like some paint loss or some maybe cave-ins to the plastic. Mine did have a little cave-in here that I was able to pop out with a tool by entering in from the back here. I think I used a pencil, a really long pencil, to poke that back out. And he does have some paint loss here, which is to be expected on a lot of these blow molds. You're going to see little imperfections like that. Some of them have major imperfections, which would, deter me from buying that specific one. We did see a Sally once at a Walmart, but her nose was caved in, and so I didn't buy that one. Went to the secondary market and got a better one. So anyway, here's the Sally, the Christmas one. As you can see, she looks pretty similar to the Halloween one. She's just holding a present versus a pumpkin. So, not a whole lot of different. It's not very much different than, like I said, the Halloween one. But anyway, I did buy her off of eBay, and these were shipped in a very large box, her and Jack together. I bought them as a pair, with no padding whatsoever, none. No bubble wrap, no saran wrap, no anything. And so she did get her nose caved in right here, and I was able to poke it back out like the same way I did Jack's finger, but as you can see, it's looking pretty bad. I think me and my husband are actually gonna try to see if we can't smooth this out better. I think you can actually heat that up a little bit, and it should smooth the plastic out. We saw somebody do that on a YouTube video with a rubber tub or a plastic tub or tote, whatever you want to call those, but a lot of those totes are like a thicker plastic than what this is, so I don't know if that's gonna work out or not. We're gonna try it, because as you can see, her nose looks awful. And she also sustained some heavy paint loss to her hair. This was just flaking off when I took her out of the box. My guess is because no protective wrapping was used. She was just allowed to just shake around in the box and rub against everything, and it took the paint off of her hair. Same thing with their present. A lot of paint was lost, and I'm a little disappointed by that. I did contact the seller about it, and he did give me a $20 refund, but it's a little irritating because even if they would have just wrapped her in bubble wrap, Jack got here okay. He had the one little dented finger, but nothing major. That would have done wonders if they would have just put it like a thicker, especially focus on the face, just put maybe a couple rounds of bubble wrap around her face, and then maybe saran wrap her body, or even just one thin layer of bubble wrap on her body would have at least kept her from rubbing against the box. And so, just a little bit of care, just a little bit. That's all I'm asking for. When you ship something, these being plastic and not necessarily fragile, that's all it would have taken. And so it's a little irritating that just that one little step would have just made the difference. I didn't want to return them because he actually, that seller had a very, very good price on these. Way better than other sellers. You just couldn't, I can't replace them for what I paid from them. So, just a little disappointed about that. Just excited because I got them for a decent price, and then they arrive in that condition. It was kind of irritating. But anyway, so here's the Halloween Jack. I do have him lit up, as you can see. Holding a pumpkin. This one I actually bought off Facebook Marketplace, and that person did ship these well. He wrapped them real good. Can't remember if he used bubble wrap or saran wrap or what he did, but he did wrap them. So I appreciate that. And so I'm glad that he at least knew to take proper care with them. And I will say this, these are not the greatest quality. I actually would not feel comfortable putting these outside at all, especially, her hair being already rubbed off that easily. Even though she's being thrown around in a box, I mean, imagine being put outside where it's raining and everything else. I would not expect these to hold up very well. So anyway, so this one also came from this. These I bought as a pair from Facebook Marketplace. I did have to touch up the end of the nose, but I knew that. In his listing, he had actual pictures of the actual item. Unfortunately for those, the picture was a stock photo, and they were just advertised as new. But the seller did send me a picture of what she looked like before they shipped her, and this was not an issue, I don't think. Couldn't really see it. But her nose, for sure, was not an issue, and now it is. So it's such a shame that they shipped an item that was otherwise, really good condition, and it ends up like that. Just because you didn't take the measures to protect it. So just note out there, if you guys ship stuff, don't expect the post office and the UPS or FedEx to handle your packages with extreme care. They just don't. You have to wrap them in something. And depending on how fragile the item is, it matters how you wrap it. So anyway, here is Sally holding a black pumpkin with Oogie Boogie on it. I did have to paint her nose, and unfortunately, though, this type of paint, apparently what I used is not very see-through. So we'll have to, I might end up taking this off and repainting it again. I think I heard where somebody says you can repaint blow molds with like spray paint, certain type of spray paint, so, or just regular spray paint, I'm not sure. So I have to try that out. So here she is. Here's the Pumpkin King, who's probably in the best shape of them all. And we did get him from a Walmart. So let's see. On the back, yeah, look, he looks pretty good. I mean, I'm not seeing hardly any issues. I don't see much paint loss, if any. Actually, I don't see any. And no dent-ins, no cave-ins. He looks great. But I did see one at our one of our local Walmarts had one, and it was paint loss everywhere. I mean, oh, here's a little bit of paint loss right there. But anyway, they had this. I mean, it was really bad. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if they're gonna be able to sell that, but apparently they did, because it was gone the next time I came back. So I guess, if you can't find them, you can't find them. Kind of get stuck with what they got to offer. So it was so bad that I would not have purchased it at all. I would have just went to secondary market and paid double for it versus actually, you can almost pay over double on a lot of these because they're so big. The shipping cost on these is pretty high. It's going to be high just because of the size. So let me get this. Let's light you up. There we go. There he is lit up. Turn the lights off here. Okay. Pretty cool. Let's light Sally and the Christmas ones here. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna scooch these over. There we go. Okay. So yeah, Sally here is she's probably in the worst condition of the group. Which, if I had to pick one to be in, somewhat poor condition, I guess this is the one I would have picked. Being that she is very similar to the Halloween one. And the Santa Jack to me was actually, more important to me than she was. For the fact that she is pretty much identical to the Halloween one. So, whereas the Jack one looks quite different than the Halloween Jack. You can sit them next to each other and kind of compare. There we go. They're holding different things. Their faces are different. Body style is kind of similar where their feet, but all their feet seem to be like that. Even the Pumpkin Kings, where they're kind of a little spread out at the end. It's just the style they do. Here's my black cat. Oh, here he goes. Anyway, guys, that is going to conclude this video. I thank you for watching, and keep checking back for new content.